Hey everybody, welcome back. We're going to do knife safety part 2 today. Okay, so I'm going to start off with some of the safety stuff we learned from the first lesson. First thing, tying my hair back, getting that out of the way. And then second thing, washing my hands. Get my hands wet, get some soap. This time I'm going to sing happy birthday. It was Miss P's birthday. I'm going to sing happy birthday to Miss P. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Miss P. Happy birthday to you. Again! It was Miss Wiley's birthday on the same day. I'm going to sing Miss Wiley. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Miss Wiley. Happy birthday to you. All right. Okay, I've got clean hands. I'm ready to start. So today what we're going to talk about is how to use a knife safely. So I've got my cutting board. We talked about that last week. You always want to cut on a cutting board. And here's my knife. So I've got the handle, the blade, which is the sharp part. Not going to touch that. Here's the tip. And I'm just going to hold the knife like that. Okay, so I'm going to start with strawberries. So I've got these strawberries. I'm going to wash them. I've got a colander here. Just pour those all in there. I'm going to wash them with cold water. Make sure it's cold. There we go. And I'm just going to give them a good wash. Make sure all the strawberries get washed in there. Okay. So I've got my strawberry. What I want to cut off is the green part here. We can't eat that, so I just want to cut it off. So there's two hand grips we can use. So how I hold my knife is like this. With what I'm doing with my other hand, I can either do what's called a claw grip or a bridge grip. So the claw grip looks like this. And I'm going to tuck my thumb back behind to make sure my thumb doesn't get cut. So I'm holding the fruit. I've got my fingers down straight on the fruit, and my thumb is holding the edge like that, keeping it so that the strawberry doesn't move around, because if I just tried to cut it like this, it would move all around. So I've got the claw, and this way, I can't hurt myself. The knife is only going to go straight down. If I had my fingers like that, I could chop my fingers and hurt myself. So claw grip, and I'm just going to cut off a little part of the green, and there we go. And now I'm going to do the bridge hold because I want to cut this strawberry in half. So I'm going to take my thumb and my index finger, and I'm just going to hold the strawberry, and then I'm going to cut right down the middle. So my fingers are out of the way, strawberry's not moving around, and there we go. I've got two parts. Okay, I'm going to do that again. Claw grip, cut it off, bridge, cut in half. Let's do that one more time. Just get these greens out of the way. Claw grip, thumb back, there we go, bridge, cut in half. Perfect. Okay, so that's my strawberries. What we're going to make right now is some fruit skewers. And we did this in my class for our catering program. We did it with some pineapple and some melon. I have strawberries, grapes, and blueberries. So I'm going to wash my grapes, get them nice and clean. And I don't actually need to cut the grapes. I can just pop them off like that. But if I did want to cut these grapes, I would do the bridge hold, not the claw grip. So I would hold the grape like that and just slice right down. And then I would have two parts. But we're not cutting them today. And then I've got some blueberries. I don't need to cut these either. I'm just going to wash them. Now they're nice and clean. Okay, now I'm going to make my fruit skewer. So I've got a skewer here. In class, when we did this, we used ones that were about half this size. But this is all I have at home, so we're going to use this big one, make a big long fruit skewer. So I'm going to start with a strawberry, and I'm just gonna poke it. Whoops, fell off. Try that again. Poke it, and I'm gonna push the strawberry up. And I'm gonna leave some space at the end for people to put their hand. But there we go. Then I'm gonna put the grape on, and then a blueberry. And then strawberry again, grape, blueberry. And you just keep following that pattern. Strawberry, grape, blueberry. You want to be careful that you're not putting your finger so that you're going to get poked. Might be easier to push it down on the cutting board like this to make sure you don't poke yourself. Oh, this is a big strawberry. I'm going to take almost all the skewer and finish it with the blueberry. Okay, there we go. Nice fruit skewer. Looks nice for if you're having a party, or like what we do, our catering program. Makes it look nice and fancy. Okay, so that's the fruit skewer. Now I'm going to show you some different chopping techniques. So I'm going to get another cutting board, and I'm going to get a bigger knife. Just remove those. And we're going to chop up this apple. So first I'm going to take the sticker off because I don't want to eat that. There we go. Wash it. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is cut this apple in half because it'll be much easier to chop once I've cut it in half. So I'm going to go all the way down. And I cut a little too close to the core. You can see I got a seed in there. So I can just knock that seed out. And then I'm going to cut it into slices. So slices are like thin pieces of it, the food. So I'm going to just do, keeping my fingers back, way back from the blade, a slice like that. I'm going to give this one to my dog Sydney because she has been patiently waiting and she's not happy with me. So we'll give that one to Sydney. And then I'm going to keep cutting here into slices. So they're not too thick. You can see they're nice and thin. And I've put my apple, the cut side down so that it doesn't move around. If I was doing it this way, it would be much harder to cut. So that's why I put it flat side down. It makes it easier to cut. And I got my fingers back, claw grip. At this point, I'm going to flip it because that side's a bit bigger. There you go. So I got some nice slices there. Let's give one more to Sydney. There you go, Sydney. Okay, so now I'm going to do it again. I'm going to put my apple on the cut side because this is nice and flat so it doesn't rock around. Cut again. And this time, I'm going to cut it into bigger pieces, just like that. That's if I wanted a bigger piece. And now, cut again. I'm going to do it into what's called dicing. Dicing is, so I've cut it into slices, bigger slices. I'm going to push it together again. Dicing is when you cut it into sort of little squares. So now I've got it into little squares like that. There we go. That one's already small enough. I'm going to do the bridge hold and chop it like that. There, I've got some nice diced parts. Okay, last bit of the apple. Now I can just throw out the core. Whoops. I can throw that out. I don't need it anymore. I'm going to cut this in half. I'm going to do the bridge. And then I'm just going to dice it again. Cut across so that it's little pieces. And there you go. We have slices, we've chopped it into bigger pieces, and we have diced our apple. So you have learned how to do the claw grip and the bridge hold. We've made fruit skewers and we've chopped up some apples. I hope you can practice some chopping at home, maybe help out for a meal at home, chopping up, and always ask a parent or an adult for help if you need it. Great. Looking forward to next week.